Shaz is using her platform to spread a very important message.
Oh, Sherry, what are you doing? Oh, I can't help it, it's my carpal tunnel. I am subbing you off. I tell you what, I am so over this lockdown. Playing netball against yourself is not all it's cracked up to be, especially when you still can't even win. But you know what? It's not the lockdown that's the enemy, it's the virus. And the sooner we obey the rules, the sooner this will all be over and we can get back to the stuff that really matters. Nettie. Subbing myself back in now.
The most important thing in the world, Nettie. And it's all part of the Victorian government's new Star-started campaign urging citizens to abide by lockdown rules. And the genius behind Sharon, Magda Szubanksi, joins us now from Melbourne. Magda, always good to talk to you. It's a great campaign, isn't it? Because you add a little bit of humour to what's a serious message.
Look, you know, it's the old sugarcoat the pill kind of idea, I think, but also those of us who've been in lockdown for a long time in Melbourne, anything that can lighten people's spirits and hopefully get the message across, you know, I just want to help in any way that I can.
Do you know, it would have been difficult, I would imagine, in some part because you're involved in a public health message, and there are plenty of people out there. There are plenty of critics out there for anyone in the public eye, but especially if you're involved in a campaign. There's COVID deniers. I mean, you would have warned some of that, wouldn't you, in the last couple of days? And how's that felt?
Oh, yeah, no, I've really copped it. And actually, just anecdotally, an e-security person told me it was right up there with some of the worst trolling that they'd seen. Look, you do get used to the trolling. In some ways, I'm kind of like, you know, come out into the sunshine, bring it, let's see what you've got. But, you know, some of the personal attacks are really nasty, but I've been called everything from, you know, a puppet of the Communist Party to a Nazi responsible for the murders of people. You know, being accused of being a supporter of lockdown and thereby causing murders is pretty confronting, I have to say.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I totally believe in this message. You just heard the Chief Health Officer of Queensland. If you don't, it's the same as the Australian government federal message. If people don't follow the rules, we're not going to beat this thing. And the thing is that we can, the people can. We got the power. You know, we can either let the virus control us or we control the virus by doing a few simple things. If those simple things are done initially, you know, then the need for greater measures won't be needed, because people were flouting the rules. And obviously the message isn't directed at people who have been following the rules. It's trying to get through to the people who haven't been. And we've seen those people like flagrantly, you know, defiantly flouting the rules, and the cost not just to Victorians. I mean, first of all, like it's not just the elderly population, and excuse me, but the way people talk about the elderly as though they're expendable. Yeah. Like my mate next door, his father died of COVID. For those of you who don't believe it, his father did die, so that's horrible. But also, you look at Britain. 540 healthcare workers, according to a recent Amnesty International report, 540 healthcare workers died. But they've got a population of 68 million. Ours is 25. So we'd be getting up to, if we let it run like they have, that's getting up to like nearly 200 healthcare workers. That's a very high price to pay, because then it impacts everything. It impacts everything. Yeah.
Well, it's clear to see, when you're just listening to you talk about it now, why it was so important for you to be a part of this. We know everyone involved was paid a fee, and I think it's really important to point out to people you donated yours to charity, which I think is going above and beyond, not even something that's necessary, because you've still got to work and earn money. But just being halfway through the lockdown now, how are you going with it? And do you think there's a sense within Melbourne and, you know, and Victoria more broadly, that there is light at the end of the tunnel?
Look, it's hard, and I did post that I've got shingles at the moment. I don't know if you're thinking of getting it. Don't. It's not pleasant. But again, anecdotally, a few GPs have told me they've seen that's on the rise. So that alone, you know, it's really hard for people. But I think one person tweeted me that just knowing that the lockdown means there will be an end to it gave them something to aim for. And we do need, just rather than this drifting, we're in this forever, if we actually do follow these simple rules, and this is well established, you know, the federal government everywhere, we can then see the end of the tunnel, and this will be over, you know. So I think, you know, I'm not going to get into the wheres and wherefores of how it began. I'm only going to deal with what that's not nothing to do with me. What I want to help with is getting the message out of, with this is what it is now. What do we do? How can we end this? As Sharon says, I'm over this lockdown. I mean, I haven't seen my family. My sister's in Queensland. She had some health issues. I wanted to visit her. My brother's in rural Victoria. You know, numerous friends of mine have had I'm at that age group where all my friends have got parents in nursing homes. Some have had their parents die. You know, look, I know people are feeling it way worse than I am, but if this message helps protect healthcare workers and stop this lockdown as soon as possible, I'm in. And yes, I was paid a fee of $2,000, which I never even saw because it went straight to the Red Cross Beirut appeal.
Magda, you don't have to. It's all good from our point of view. You're doing a great thing.
Oh, I know, but I just want to silence.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But the message is really important. There are people dying from this, and there are healthcare workers putting their lives on the line, and it's a really, really tough time. So I mean, all those people on Twitter attacking Magda, just lay off. You know, just horrible.
Well, also putting politics over health is like, I think all of us are sick to death of the politicking of this. This is not a paid, you know, Labor Party ad. This is a public health message. And as I said, I reached out to Josh Frydenberg. He said, thanks, Magda. They didn't take me up on it, but I would do this for whatever side is in government. It is a health message.
Just really quickly before we go on a lighter note, I did see that Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton has taken a particular shine to Shaz. And some fans are trying to set you up. Well, not you up. I mean, you know. Do you know what I mean?
Shaz and Brett. I mean, it's outrageous flirting.
It is a lot. How are you going to deal with that?
They're shipping us. People are shipping us. Sharon, he may bat for Sharon's team, or Sharon may bat for his team, but I don't. So it's doomed to failure.
You're a legend, Magda. We love you so much.
Well
Stay
done.
strong.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.